Welcome to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard for the final episode of Shark Bites. Coach, it has been a roller coaster of a season, to say the least. I think we have to do a little recap just to kind of sum it all together. So I think we started off, with such high expectations, such high hopes, winning the championship in the NAL in 2023. I think everybody expected us to just walk into the IFL and dominate. But as we know, that is not what happened.
Got a little bit of humble pie. So, a lot of learning. I tell you what, and I told somebody this the other day, 23 seasons, 7 championship games in the last 9 years, and I've learned more in this season than my entire career. So hopefully we can, take that going forward. But it started out, the loss at Mass, and I thought, okay.
That was such a close game, though.
But I knew I was like, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
Then we went to Vegas and we lose by a score, but we didn't play well, a lot of mistakes. I thought, okay.
Uh-huh.
And then at some point, there was a little skid there where all the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
And
well, it didn't help that Connor Blount got hurt literally the first game of the season.
Well, it was almost a repeat of
Deja vu
of last year.
But not a good one.
Yeah.
Not a good deja vu.
Last year we picked up Sam.
Shout out to Sam Casanova.
Yeah, he's having a great season. Good job for you, Sam. We picked up Sam right afterwards. This year we went 10, 12 weeks before we found a Caleb. So, but it took us a little while. But what a roller coaster of a season. And then those first couple, 5, 6, 7 games, you're sitting 0-5, 1-6. You're looking around, you question what you're doing. You look at staff, you look at personnel, but and then of course we won. Beat the Tulsa game, we beat Tulsa again, and we still kept making roster changes. But the one thing that was really encouraging, of the many hours that I lost sleeping, and nobody will ever possibly fathomably know.
I can only imagine, Coach.
Is the fans that you sit here and you look at the fans here, the fans that I'm talking to, and people behind you that still support you.
Obviously
there's the 1 or 2% that tell you to get out of Dodge and you're fired and go home. That's part of sports, and I respect their decision because that's what makes sports great.
They want to win.
They want to win, and I want to win too, and I don't blame them. So, but just the massive support that we've done for Jacksonville and what they've done for me and my family and the team and the ownership, and it makes you want to work harder. So as we finish up the season, this home game, it makes me want to work so hard for the fans of Jacksonville, and so I'm excited.
How did you navigate those really low moments in the season when it was the loss after the loss after the loss? How do you navigate that?
Well, there was a couple things. There was my wife, number one, who was the most supportive person in the world. She takes it harder than me. I'm a coach and I understand the business, and from a wife's standpoint, she's still my mother and a wife, and and people say negative things about your husband. It's hard. That's a hard life to live.
Of course.
But we signed up for it, so there's no excuse. But she was the number one supporter. Obviously, our faith, so that was a major factor. Just continue to believe in our faith and what we're doing. We're doing the right thing. We're making a change in people's lives. Ultimately, we have to win football games. That's why I'm here, to win football games. But there's still a fine line between the two. And I think with the tremendous amount of success we had last year, and then this year, now, I'm not dumb. Next year, it's playoffs, and how far can we go? It better be. And that's the only expectation. But it was difficult. But also the ownership was great. Steve Curran, Nick Furious, Trip Amos, Kevin Wesniak, Ramsey's. The support that we get from our ownership group is what makes this team so great. But, don't take that message the wrong way. They want to win too, and they expect to win. And they demand that we win. And I love having owners like that.
Now, when did you kind of start to figure out the IFL? Now, we went through many player personnel changes, and it was constantly, every week it was like we were starting with a whole new team. It's just a constant revolving door. So it is hard to win when the door is constantly, revolving. When do you think was that turning point of, all right, we've got our guys, this is what the IFL is, we're on the right track?
I mean, it was late in the season. I'm just going to leave it at that. And we're still not where we need to be. I mean, that's just being honest. And so getting the guys to buy into the system, still understanding the rule set. So we had 2 penalties last week that were just basic rule violations that we still have to learn. And it's going to take a lot of studying in the offseason. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I've had a lot of coaches reach out to me. I've reached out to the coaches, not only from an X's and O's. I don't think it's an X and O issue. It's not. We're all running the same thing. There's only so much you can do. There's only so many plays you can run. It's managing people, and it's getting the right personnel. It's a psychology job.
Were there any coaches from the other teams that have kind of reached out to you throughout the season to say, hey, coach, we get it. We're here for you. We know what it's like?
It's a great fraternity, absolutely.
Good.
Because a lot of those coaches have been through this.
Okay. Good.
I've never been through it. I've never experienced it. So I'm scratching my head, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm going, okay, self-evaluation first, and then players, and then whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But then you keep getting, those phone calls. Coach, look, trust me. Been through it. You're fine. You're good. You're good. You're good. And it helps for a little bit. But still, when you still that kind of season we had, I felt the last 4 to 5 games, we've really turned a corner. And what scares we can still be even better.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like right now we can get on the field, compete, and win any game.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have that feeling in the midseason. I still felt like we were trying to find our way, and guys didn't know what they were doing. And, or we didn't have the right...
Not wanting to be there,
It's odd. So, there's a lot of mistakes we all made, and but we're through it. It's like Winston Churchill said. When you're going through hell, keep going.
I like that saying. And I think last week was really a testament against the Blizzard, the number 2 seed.
Should have won that game.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It was that close. It was 3 points. I mean, if we didn't get that safety in the end zone, it would have been a different story.
I know they all say ifs. We all say ifs and ifs and ifs. The holding penalty when we scored a touchdown on 4th and 1, and then the safety, and then the other team we played on the field as well. So I'll just leave it at that. Obviously there was 2 teams on the field that we had to play against.
And one of them wearing stripes.
Whatever you say, I don't know. But it's just we could have. It's not that one of the games. If we just done 1 or 2 things. No, we had to control that game the entire way until a couple things at the end, and still, but.
It's a testament of how good this team is.
But they're good. I mean, Green Bay's had a great season. But, the Green Bay's credit, it's the first time they've made the playoff in 6 years. And that's good for the league. It's good to have teams. You don't want to have the same team winning it every single year.
No.
Or the same top 4 or 5 teams every single year. You want to have...
It's boring.
It's boring. No one wants to watch
that.
That's
when you start a dynasty, like the Chiefs. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, you want a parity. And you have teams that are... there's a chance this year that Arizona's not going to make the playoffs. Who would have ever thought that? But it happens. You just regroup and get ready for next year, and you be a great fan, and you fight, you scream, and you want to win, and you get ready, and you support your team, and you do it again.
All right, Coach. I did something fun this week,
okay.
In honor of it being the last game. I had to ask the fans on social media what questions they wanted to ask you about this season.
All right.
So, first question. What are you looking forward to most about the final game of the season?
Winning. I mean, it sounds generic. I want to win in that building. There's nothing like running out for intros in Veterans Arena with those fans. Every time when I'm standing in that tunnel, I'm getting ready to walk out. I do it every game. I take a knee. I thank God for the opportunity, for this opportunity, and I never take it for granted. Never.
That's a good answer, Coach. What is your go-to inspirational movie? Mr. Movie Buff over here. Coach loves movies, fun fact.
Inspirational movie?
Yeah, like a Rocky type thing.
That when I watch it, wow, you're gonna laugh.
Oh gosh, what is it?
That's not a funny movie. It's The Natural with Robert Redford.
The who?
It's called The Natural. It's a baseball movie with Robert Redford.
I have not seen that one. It's being honest.
To me,
The Natural.
I loved it. I just something about it.
All right, The Natural.
Look it up.
Look it up.
I'm not that old. It's not an old movie.
No, I thought this is a really, really good question.
Okay.
I think you'll like this question. How has the IFL impacted your coaching style?
I mean, it's outdoor football, so you take all the arena stuff and you can throw it out the window. It's just a whole nother style of football. It's a mix between arena and outdoor, and you have to kind of assimilate the both. And again, the X's and O's is not what's hard. It's getting the right personnel. It's different, but it's good to learn. I mean, again, 22, 23 years of doing the same thing, sometimes you get stagnant.
Yeah.
So it's fun to expand your mind and get better and learn as a coach. I mean, and that's what I'm looking forward to most in the off season, is really sitting down with a lot of coaches and just picking their brains and learning. Because when you're the head guy, who are you learning from? Because you're the head guy.
Yeah.
And so,
True.
I want to be a student too sometimes. I want to learn.
True. All right. What have you learned most this season?
Woo!
Another packed question the fans
That's a
coming
hard
with.
question. What have I learned?
The most, yes. The number one thing you learned this season.
This is a great place to live.
Jacksonville?
I think it's really the adversity that we face, the good comments, the bad comments, whatever, but the people in the city of Jacksonville and the surrounding areas are really good people. I enjoy being here. It's the best thing that's ever happened to my family as far as schooling, as far as atmosphere, as far as relationships. Not to take anything away from anywhere else I've been, because you always build great relationships.
Of course.
So it's just a really great place, in my opinion, to live and raise a family, and I think that's what's been the number one thing.
What are you going to do to improve next year? I mean, considering this year's record of 4-0.
I tell you what I'm going to do. Ain't nobody going to work harder than me. I will put in more hours. We will get the right players. We will be disciplined. I mean, there was a stretch there in the season, Kat, that we looked like a high school team, man. I mean,
it was bad.
Mistakes left and right.
The stuff people didn't see, yeah.
And I'm looking at it going, how is this feasibly possible?
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I know the season ends Saturday. I will be checking players out Monday and back on film and recruiting players and setting up meetings and traveling and meeting other coaches and getting in the community. Me and my wife talked about this. Sarah talked about this. We're going to work our butts off so hard that we have no choice but to win. And I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to just lay it on the line all out. And there's some mistakes we made this year. And I know that. And I'm humble enough to look at it and say, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Or I could do this better. Or should have been a little more disciplined here or there. And I just can't wait. That's what I'm going to do.
You're only human, Coach.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're still a human like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I truly do believe, you when you say that, you are going to give it your all. That is the most genuine thing that you have ever said.
I'll tell you this, this comes from my dad. You say what you want, and we can lose some games here or there. You ain't going to outwork me. Ain't nobody going to outwork me. I mean, I know how this business is, and your people always ask, what do you do in the off season? Yeah. I don't just do football. You know that.
Yeah.
We know what goes on behind the scenes, and there ain't many coaches in the country that can do what we do. And I know that.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that. And I'm going to work even harder to show it even more.
What was your biggest accomplishment this season? It wasn't all bad. There was some good in there, Coach. There is an accomplishment in there, I promise.
I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't sit there. I don't want to sit there and fabricate an answer just because we're asking.
If you don't feel like there is one, then maybe there's not. Maybe you're not satisfied with the way
I'm not satisfied. We're talking football. So, no, I'm not satisfied. There's some other things. There were some big accomplishments this year. But from a football standpoint, I can't sit there and just say something just to say it. So.
Fair. That's an honest answer. Fair. If you could restart this season, what would you have done differently?
I think probably I would have really gotten to know the players a little bit more
Like on a personal level?
Yeah, sometimes I get very robotic. I mean, look, for me, I'm kind of an old school guy, and football's enough. It's enough. The passion of playing it, practicing it, watching film, the X's and O's, that drives me. That is everything to me. Sometimes I don't see past that to the personal side of it. And I could probably do that a little bit better. I think I should have done that better.
Fair. All right, and wrapping up, what is next for the Sharks in 2025?
Yeah, playoffs. Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs?
It's a great commercial.
Just want to win a game. No, playoffs. Playoffs, pack that building out, and continue to make somebody else's life better. It's not necessarily, you always say giving back. Everybody says giving back. A lot of people use it as rhetoric because it sounds good coming out of their mouth. I need to do a better job of it. But no matter whether it's just interacting with somebody at a gas station or meeting somebody at the restaurant here at Island Wings. Food's great, by the way.
We love you, Island Wings. Thanks for keeping up with us
whatever
the last
you do,
16 weeks.
Figure out a way to help make somebody else's life better. If I can do that, be a good husband, be a good dad. What else is there?
Well, there you go, Coach. That's it for this part. I'll see you a little bit later in the show.
Deal.
Host a birthday party at a Sharks game. Make it a night you and your guests will never forget. Party tickets include a Sharks game ticket, a designated party spot, and a Sharks souvenir. Food, drinks, chips, cupcakes, and Shark Walk access to see the players before the game. The icing on the cupcake? Get your birthday girl or boy's name right here on the Jumbotron for everyone to see. Visit jacksharks.com and fill out your request form, or just give me a call at 904-621-0700, extension 702. Or you can even email me at dave@jacksharks.com. Let's plan this birthday party together.
Welcome back to Island Wings on Southside Boulevard for Shark Bites. I am joined by the GOAT at this point, kicker Kevin Didio-Weber. Kevin, you're on a hot streak right now. 4 weeks in a row as a special teams player of the week. Now, nobody has done that since we've been doing this award. Nobody has done that. So I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, whenever Gibson and I were talking about coming back to Jacksonville, one of the things I really wanted to emphasize was, making a statement and, bringing change to the special teams department. And I mean, I appreciate the honorable mentions with being selected as Special Teams Player of the Week, but it comes down to my blockers, my linemen, Jaden, my holder, Munoz, my snapper. It's a whole team effort, and it's, on extra point field goal, kickoff, it's all of us guys running down there trying to do the best we can. So I'm just thankful that I can represent them for all the work they do too.
Now, what is such a good teammate, Kevin?
Hey, I'm a team guy,
Taking the credit for all of that. That's awesome. Shout out to you for being a great teammate.
Thank you. I appreciate
now, we have to talk about your deuces. Right now, you're at 6. You had 3 in one game. That is crazy. That is like unheard of. But you make it look so easy. It's like you don't even, I know you try, but it just looks so effortless and so easy to you. So how did it get to be like that for you?
Lots and lots and lots of practice.
Yeah?
I mean, every day when we go to practice on the field at UC Christian, I'm kicking at least 30, 35 footballs. And, I know that a lot of receivers and linemen, when you think of 35 plays, that's a lot more than what usually happens in a game. But, I mean, 35 kicks, that's a lot to try and demand perfection every single rep, and just staying vigilant with it too. It's a lot of wear and tear. It's a long season.
Yeah.
So, just being able to focus on that, on making sure every rep counts and doing the best that you can, it reaps good results. So
It does. It does. So now you just came into the team 4 weeks ago, but prior to that, you had a whole season at Carolina, kicking with the Cobras. How do you feel right now? Is your body good? Are we feeling good, feeling great? You got one more game left, and then you can rest, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was actually just talking about it with X on the drive over here. I think I'm on week 19 or 18 now, so even more than like an NFL season.
Yeah.
I think I've been kicking consistently 5 days a week since like the first week of March.
Wow.
So it's been a long season.
Yeah.
There's definitely a little bit of dinks and some mileage on it, but
Mileage, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
for sure.
say. You don't say.
But one thing to really just keep in mind is, again, every single rep, you want to just treat it like a game rep. And so just like you want to treat your practices as your games, you also want to treat your recovery as a game as well. Because, the game time and the day of, that's the race. That's where both teams are battling to see who gets first. But the marathon of the week of leading up to the game is a marathon, and then the whole season is too. So as long as you just, stay vigilant, read and listen to your body, and then, give it what it needs, then you can make it last. So,
What are you looking forward to most about the final game of the season?
I gotta say, honestly, the fan base. Our first home game actually up in Carolina was our Veterans Night, and we had these really cool camo jerseys, these black and like desert sort of camo with our black helmets. And Carolina, they really love their veterans too. That was the biggest attendance by far in that night. But throughout my entire arena career and just professional career, to be honest, Jacksonville on Veterans Night is like the night to come out. So like if you're thinking about it, there might be a couple plans or so, please come out this Saturday, because I'm telling you, it's going to be the best environment, best crowd, best fans. It's going to be a really good game. We're already fired up because we know what the uniforms look like.
Oh, you did see it?
Yeah, we saw little sneak peeks.
The fans haven't seen them yet.
I know.
They don't know what they look like.
There's been little. I think like today was like a little hint, but we've seen them. We're excited. So
they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they look awesome.
I do like this design a lot.
Sure.
It's a little bit. We haven't done a military one like this one in a very long time.
It's very unique from last year and then the year before. This uniform this year is, I don't want to say completely different because it still hits on the theme, but it's not the color scheme that people are thinking.
No,
it's just
not.
special.
It's different.
I think.
It's America. It is
pretty much.
It is America. It's patriotic.
Yep.
It's awesome. We think you guys are going to absolutely love these jerseys.
Definitely.
Now, with it being the last game, Kevin, I know it's hard to pick, and you've only been here for a short time. But what was been the highlight for you in the 4 weeks that now 5 that you've been with us?
I'd say honestly the first Shark Bites podcast that we had.
Yeah?
I gotta say, because
That was your highlight, seriously?
I really do. And here's
Kevin.
my reason why.
Okay, please
So-
tell me. I feel flattered. Thank you.
When Gibson and I were working on the contract and everything finally got officialized and the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed,
Of course.
I came back and I saw some of my old teammates and met some new guys, met the coaches and everything. But I still remember last year when I came to my first Shark Bites, and I wasn't talking, but just seeing the environment. That was the first time I got to see like a lot of the season ticket holders. I got to meet some of the owners, and so just knowing that like that is something that's very Shark specific. Other places, they have their podcasts and stuff, but like Shark Bites, especially at Island Wing, just has that little nice feel to it. It really does feel like that homecoming.
Yeah, it's our show.
Exactly. It's our unique show. So when I came back and, came here for the first Shark Bites and got to speak, like that was really the whole culmination of, okay, you're back here with the Sharks.
Back where you belong.
Exactly. The dream came true. We're here. We get to really focus on the legacy, and just from there, it's just done nothing but just take off. So that's got to be the best moment to really say, Kevin, you're home. Let's make something happen.
Oh, and that you have. We are so happy to have you back.
Happy to be here.
I speak on behalf of all of Shark Nation when we say we would love to have you back for the whole 25 season as our kicker in that Sharks uniform.
Well, that really means a lot, and I don't want to spoil anything too soon. It's one thing about being this sort of professional athlete is
you can't say stuff.
Exactly. You got to keep all options open.
Of
but
course.
I would be lying if I would say that Jacksonville is not at the upper echelon of my choices. So I'll leave it with that.
Okay, fair.
Just to play it safe. But
Fair.
Jacksonville is always on my mind for sure. And thank you for everybody.
Well, Well, thank you, Kevin, for helping us this season and for giving us that spark that we needed in the special teams department. And hopefully we will see you right back with us next year.
Sounds like a plan, and we shall see. But thank you again, Jacksonville, for everything. We're going to really make it a good one this Saturday, and yeah, go Sharks, man.
Are you looking for a place to host your next corporate outing, date night, family fun night? Sharks have you covered. Sharks Reef Field Suites are the most exciting place to watch a sporting event here in Jacksonville. You can't get any closer to the action. Each Reef Suite includes food and holds up to 8 people. Create memories you'll never forget. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me, dave@jacksharks.com, to secure your Reef Suite. I promise you, these will sell out, so don't delay. Purchase your Reef Suite today.
Welcome back to the final episode of Shark Bites. I am joined by linebacker Xavier, better known as X.
What up, what up?
Peters. Now, I have been trying to get you on this show for what?
I know.
4 weeks now or something like that?
It's been a while.
4 weeks, but you finally
I'm here, baby.
have arrived.
I'm
Save
here.
the best for last, right?
No, facts.
The final episode, you are here. Now, X, you're a beast. Like,
Appreciate that.
on the field, the way that you just come flying out of nowhere and just make these killer tackles is
Right.
so exciting to watch.
Right.
Where did this football journey kind of start for you?
It started honestly in the backyard because
Yeah.
I'm the youngest, so I was always with the older guys with my brother, and just playing rough and tumble and being with them. Like, I mean, I had to grow up and be rough, you know what I mean? So that kind of carried on with my journey with football. As I got older, like I realized that okay, like you have to be physical in this sport. Me as a youngin'. So once I got to middle school and high school, I mean, it took care of itself.
And what was, now, college,
Right.
you went to FSU, and
Yeah.
then we transitioned over to FAU.
Yep.
What was it like when you were a Seminole? Let's start there. How
Okay,
was
when
that?
I came out of high school, well, so through the recruitment process, I was an Under Armour All-American, class of 18.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
pretty
so-
cool.
So
What is that All-American process, by the way?
So it's like they take like the top like 150 guys in the country,
From
they
all
put
over.
and they put them in this one game, and we're there for a good 2 weeks. So I mean, it was a great experience.
showcase,
Yeah, basically, yeah. So
All
they
the
try to keep guys,
colleges.
they try to keep guys healthy because some guys commit at the game, some guys commit already. Like I was a verbal commit to Kentucky at the time.
Okay.
Then I ended up going to Florida State.
Oh, okay.
But
So your verbal commitment meant nothing. in
right,
other
right.
words.
So I ended up going to Florida State,
Okay.
and I got there,
Go Knowles.
and I was balling. I was behind Brian Burns. Shout out to B. Burns. He balling right now. I was behind him, and then I kind of had issues with my son being away from me.
Fair.
So I ended up going to Kentucky first before I went to FAU.
There was a Kentucky. I didn't know about this little Kentucky
yeah.
state. Okay.
So I went.
Did
so
you
I
see
went to-
Boom?
Yeah, so that's where I met Boom at.
Oh, no
During my
way.
during my
Shout out.
Kentucky process, that's where I met Boom.
So you got to play together there.
No, he was an older guy. I was getting recruited at the time.
Okay, so Boom was just
There.
there.
I think he was like a junior maybe. But I got there. I mean, I started balling. I was killing it. It was just really my grades. My grades got me down. I know. And that's what got me to Garden City Community College.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I had to bounce back from there.
How to get your grades up.
Yeah,
School is important, kids.
Facts. School is number one.
Football is second to school.
Right. I learned that the hard way, but it paid off. But I got to Garden City, got my grades back up to 3.5.
There we go. Heck yeah.
Then that's when I realized Willie Taggart was at FAU at the time. So they was coming out to Kansas and watching me play and practice. So, I mean, that was kind of a blessing to get back with him because I didn't really get to show what I can do really. So once I got there, everything was good, like playing good, everything was good. Then that next following year, he got fired.
Oh,
So-
no. The coach that brought you there got fired, and then you're just kind of stuck, right?
And he ended up being a running backs coach for the Ravens.
Oh, well, I mean, I think that worked out for him.
No, literally.
That worked out great for him,
Great. So
but not great for you.
yeah, but it humbled me through the process. Like, cause coming out of high school, I had literally Alabama, LSU, Georgia,
Damn.
literally name it, I had it.
That is
So-
top
so-
SEC school.
Right. So having that type of recruitment and like humble me in JUCO, cause it's like, dang, you can really lose it all in the snap of a finger. So it really took me as like appreciate everything that comes with it and don't take advantage of it. So
I think that's awesome.
yeah.
Now, how did we end up on the Sharks?
Believe it or not, Terry got me here.
Oh, Terry!
Yeah.
Obviously, your
Ex-Shark,
teammates.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Teammates at FSU.
Yes,
Okay.
yep. And I messaged him
We
once.
miss you, Terry, by the way.
We miss
for
you, bro,
watching.
man. We miss you, baby.
Where
Fans
is
up,
he
baby.
at? He's at he was with
I think he's in Duke City right now.
Duke City.
Yeah.
Terry, come
Gotta
back
do better,
home.
bro.
We
Gotta
need
do
you
better.
back home, Terry. But that's besides the point.
Back. So I messaged him just playing around. I was like, hey, tell your coach that if y'all need a linebacker, hit me up. He's like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah, LOL. So
What were
long
you
sto-
doing?
I was just at home working out, training, like just finished pro day, talking to my
NFL
agent.
Pro Day.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
That's cool.
So I ain't getting no advice to no mini camps or anything. So yeah, that kind of sucked. So I was just training just to see what my next opportunity was gonna bring, and I'm here. Like I hit up Terry. He was like, "Hey, the coach gonna call you in the next few days, and we're gonna go from there." I got on the phone with Coach Gibson. So I'm out.
The rest is history.
No, facts.
How has the transition into indoor football been for you?
I mean, it's a little different because I'm kind of used to a 5-man front, being a 3-man front,
Yeah.
but it got similarities playing the edge because you still rushing the edge, trying to get to the quarterback. So, I mean, it's a little different other than the field being smaller. But ball is ball, honestly. Just try to hit the guy.
And that you do. That you do. That sack that you had when you literally were on the ground
yeah.
and you got him from the gun. I was like, you go, Eggs. That's
Hey,
so cool.
effort is everything. I was like, hey, I'm like, oh, I got him. I'm like,
That was sick. And then, that hit of the game that you got was just,
oh yeah, pursuit, baby.
you trucked him.
Pursuit.
He went 10 feet backwards.
That's what they teach you in college too. They teach you like always run to the ball. Like you never know what can happen. Like opportunities like that, you can punch the ball out. It can be a game changer. You know what I mean? So I always keep that in my mind, like pursuit to the ball.
Yeah, and you had, who was it against? You had that key 4th down stop that won
Oh
us the
yeah, Sioux
game.
Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a key stop. And believe it or not, I didn't even know it was 4th down. I was playing every down like it was 4th down.
Well, there you go.
So I'm like, oh shit, we're off the field.
Great.
So that was great.
Awesome. What has been your favorite thing about being a Shark?
The fan base and like seeing the difference between the adversity versus when they're winning versus when they're not. Like even when things are going hard, like we still sell like what 6,000, 7,000 tickets.
Shark
Like,
Nation's crazy.
and like they die hard fans, and like you don't see that everywhere. You know what I mean? Like the teams we've been like Sioux Falls, for example, like, it was dead. You know what I mean? So because they've been losing.
Yep.
But I like how they just stay behind our back even when things are bad. And so when things are better, it's just
They're
gonna keep going up,
exactly.
man. So
exactly. Shark Nation is
hey, I love it.
unmatched.
I love it.
It's unmatched.
Facts.
Now, with it being our last game of the season,
Uh huh.
how does that feel? Like, what is next for you? What's after this?
That's a great question.
Right?
So after this, I'm gonna go back home and
Where
train.
is home?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, Ohio.
So I'm like 11 hours out, 12 hours. So I'm gonna go back home, train, be with my 2 boys. I got a 10-month-old and a 6-year-old.
Aw.
Yeah, and he's playing football. So I'm gonna go back home, train him,
Of course.
get him right.
Watch him play.
I'm most definitely gonna be a Shark again next year.
Oh, most
Like,
definitely.
That's my
Now, nobody has said that.
Right.
Nobody has actually gotten that seat and
And
said
said they're
most definitely.
gonna be a
But
Shark
that is
again.
very confident.
Yeah, I love it here. I mean, it's different. You're not gonna get an atmosphere like this everywhere in arena football. I mean, not arena, indoor football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why change it, you know?
Fair. Fair. And then if you could give one piece of advice of what you've learned this season, you know, given the ups and downs, what would it be to maybe a young, aspiring football player that watches you and looks up to you?
Kids, even when it's not going your way, like, never give up. Like, nothing's easy in life. Like, you got to work for it. I mean, you're going to give an opportunity. Like Tom Brady said, like, once you give an opportunity, like, take advantage of it because you don't know when your next one's going to be. So, just go out and just play your heart out. Like, play with effort. Like, that's one thing a coach can't teach you is heart and effort. Like, once they see that, that's a huge role in the game. So once they see that you got heart and effort, something that they can't coach, they're gonna want you on your team. That's any coach. So.
Work ethic is everything.
Work ethic.
They can't teach you that.
Facts.
They can teach you how to ball. They can't teach you work ethic.
Nope.
Now you learned something here on Shark Bites. That's what we're all about.
Yes.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of all of Shark Nation when I say, if you're so confident that you're coming back, then we can't wait to have you back.
Hands up, baby.
Next season on the 2025 Roster X. Thanks for hanging out with me. Fins up.
Hands up, baby.
Let's go! Saturday night is Sharks football night. Affordable family fun for everyone. Great tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
Check out our exciting theme nights in our new family pack. 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, plus a $25 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Let's go! Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets today.
All right, Coach. The last giveaway of the season.
It's a lifetime ticket to the Jacksonville Sharks.
Oh, gosh, don't let Steve hear that. That's a joke.
I'm just playing.
That's a joke. That is not what it is at all. But it is 4 tickets.
Military night.
To Military Appreciation Night.
Best
Our
night of the
last
year.
game of the season. We want to see Shark Nation pack the tank and honor and support of our wonderful military.
All right, pick a winner.
Winner!
The winner is Kristen Murray.
Christian Murray?
Kristen.
Kristen. There you go, Coach.
4 tickets, best game of the year, last home game.
I know. But while we're waiting for Faye to find her, let's talk about Military Appreciation Night. Last game of the season, like we said, we are actually running a BOGO ticket deal. That's a buy one, get one free for those that don't know what BOGO means, apparently. For all active duty and retired military. So you can only get this deal from calling our ticket office at 904-621-0700. It is not available online. It is not available at the box office. You have to call our ticket office and then show proof of your military service.
Yep. All right, and Kristen, Coach Gibson, Florida State. My Florida State guy's right here.
Xavier, he's over
Played
there.
at Florida State.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Really? You know Xavier Peters, DJ Matthews?
Well, I know them a little bit because I used to tutor athletes at FSU.
You used to tutor?
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Small world.
Military night, Saturday night, biggest game of the year, 4 tickets. Game starts at 7, gates open at 6. Make sure, hope to see you there. Yes, ma'am. That's so cool. Okay, good deal. Introduce her to Xavier. Wow, that's a small world.
I know. Come to find out, she tutored Xavier
At Florida State.
At Florida State.
Is that true?
That is what Island Wing is all about.
That is so crazy. Okay, here we go.
That is why we love coming here. I feel like every single week we've met somebody here that never heard of us or that has heard of us that didn't know that we did this, and it's just been great. Like the past 17 whatever weeks that we've been here has been awesome.
It's been good. Look forward to next year.
Yes,
Jimmy,
next
love
year,
this place.
Next
All right.
year. It's sad, you know, this is the end, Coach.
Yep.
The end of the season.
Deal.
But we will be right back here next season, 2025. Get ready, Shark Nation, because the Sharks are coming back and coming back even better.
Right. We're
than
back,
we
baby.
were.
15 years.
Oh yeah, we
15.
gotta talk about that. Our 15th season is gonna be huge, but last game of the season this Saturday. Call 904-621-0700 for tickets. There's gonna be a military jersey auction. We love our military. We love Island Wings. We love our fans. Thank you for watching us for the past 17 weeks.
Wow. Go
And
Sharks.
we can't wait to see you back here next year, Shark Nation. Go Sharks.